Okay, hi. So, I'm going to be making like a series of videos about like psychology. And so this specific video is going to be pertaining to suicide and self-harm. Um, I'm like a psychology guru, so if you have like any, if you have like any like psychological like things you want me to cover or things like that, I am happy to help. Or if you just have problems or like just need someone to talk to, like I'm not like I know a lot of people aren't just gonna randomly trust a stranger they see on YouTube, but um like if you just need to like talk or like just need help, like you can like talk to me, or like I mean you probably won't talk to me because you don't know me, and I wouldn't talk to me if I were you either because I don't know. Because you don't we don't know each other, and that's kind of not going to be helpful. But talk to a friend or something or whatever. Yeah. Anyways, I so people I'm gonna start with self-harm. So people self-harm for different reasons. Like, well, there's different types of self-harm. Like, one type of self-harm, and the most cliche type of self-harm, is cutting, and people use different weapons, different things. It's very different for each person, and some people do the exact same thing. Another type is like burning yourself, or like things like that, and or hitting yourself, or beating yourself, or people. There are so many different, basically self-harm. I mean, people know what self-harm is, but what self-harm is like when you cause yourself physical harm. And I mean emotional harm, like people harm themselves emotionally too, and I'll talk about that in another time, but in another video. video. Anyways, I so they're like people self harm for different reasons, and one of the most known reasons are for like or like one of the like most statistically known reasons are for like because they like just feel so numb, and like they just want to feel some sort of emotion or feel something, so they cut themselves or like hurt themselves in some way. And then another type is like because like you want attention, and not you, but yeah, people want attention, and so that some people do it because they just want attention, and they just want someone to look at them, and blah blah blah. And so people do that for different reasons and stuff. And then some people do it because they want to like fit into a stereotype, and the generic stereotype for like who cuts and blah 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 is emo. And I'll get into stereotypes in a different video, but like emo or like stereo or yeah, so because they just want to like fit into that group. Some people just do it because they don't know any other way to release, and they feel like they can't express their emotions or anything, so they just do it. And when you cut yourself, it almost becomes like an addiction, and you just can't stop, I guess, or it's just almost like a ritual. And so I mean that's not for like everybody, but that's for what it's for some people. And I mean those aren't the only reasons people cut. People self-harm for so many different reasons, but like that those are one of the most known reasons, like I said. So self-harm is a serious problem, and whomever's doing it, like regardless if it's for attention or not, like they need help, and they need some sort of therapy. And trust me, everybody can get better. Like even like James or Jeffrey Dahmer, like he like with excessive treatment, I'm pretty sure like he could get better for all the psychological analysis and things like that we know in modern day, and stuff like that. So like if you know somebody who self-harms, like I recommend like, and you know them and you have evidence to prove it, I recommend going to your like school board, or not your school board, but like going to the guidance counselor or your principal and telling them, and hopefully they will do something. A lot of the time they get wrapped up in other things, so you have to be persistent or consistent or whatever. And so I mean if that doesn't really do anything, because I know like at my school we don't really have I mean I love my school, but we don't have, I guess, the most consistent school board, or like public school system, I guess. But anyways, so we or like but if that doesn't work, like you can always like talk to an adult you trust that you know will do something, and you can always talk to that person's parents, because their parents care. I mean not everybody's parents care, and I mean some kids are neglected, and that's really sad, or abused, and that's really really sad. And but I'm pretty sure like their parents like will like want to do something. And I mean the worst case scenario is like they get locked, like if their parents don't help, like and something gets out, they'll get locked into like a psych ward for 48 hours until they're like proven safe, and then be set out. And I mean that's like the worst case scenario, and that doesn't really help you recover or anything like that. It's just kind of keeping you safe. But yeah. And I mean if like parent, like a really good way to do it, like, is to send them to treatment. I know that's like what, but like that's really beneficial and really high success rates and stuff. And so yeah, but excuse me, but if parents like can't afford therapy, like for their child or for their kids or something like that, like they can like always get money from the school board, like the school board can pay for it, or they can be government funded, or donations. And like if you guys have ever heard of TWLOHA, To Write Love on Her Arms, they did a big donation thing for their friend. If you know the story behind it, if you don't, I recommend googling it. So it's really cool. But I mean, if you know anybody who self-harms, like, please tell somebody, because regardless for what their reasons is, it's always something deeper. And the cutting issue isn't the problem. I mean, it's the problem, but the problem is what's deeper, and it's not necessarily how deep the cuts are, things like that. That doesn't matter. It's the fact that they're harming themselves, and their intent is behind it, and they're coming out through their actions that can really, like, end. They could kill them. They could accidentally kill themselves or something like that. So the next subject I was going to talk about is suicide. Suicide is a serious problem in the United States. I think it's like 1 million, or like, what is it, like 100,000 or like 500,000 teenagers like kill themselves each year. And like, yeah, and people do it for different reasons. Just like people cut, like some people just feel so unwanted. Like I think the most cliche reason is because they feel just so unwanted. But yeah, they just feel so unwanted or whatever, and unloved and blah blah blah. And I'll get into that in a different video. And yeah, but so like people like people kill themselves for different reasons and stuff like that. And if don't take, like, I mean, if someone's like, oh my god, I wish I will die, like, just like joking, like, I don't want to go to this class, like, die or whatever, like, and that's just a joke, like, well, it's a joke. But like if they're being serious, or like you can't tell if they're being serious or not, or they like tell you, or you like find something written down, like, go to like your school, like, treat it like you would self-harm. Like, go to your school immediately and tell somebody, like, they legally have to do something about it. Legally they have to do something. So yeah, so and suicide is a major issue. You can always Google suicide prevention, and you can always Google like suicide warnings, or like warning signs or whatever, to see, like, if you feel like your friend is like suicidal or something like that. You can always Google it, and because Google's amazing. But yeah, so you can always talk to somebody. For those of you who are out there, I'm sorry. Or for those of you who are out there that feel this way and like are doing these things, I'm really sorry, and I really hope you have a friend in your life that is willing to that's going to help you. And I know that I would if I knew you. So I really so yeah, I'm really sorry. And yeah, so I hope that, so yeah, please tell me what I can improve on in this video, and if you have any like questions or whatever about anything, you can tell me or whatever. So yeah, thank you, bye.